back. All right. Well, your battle has ended. Your ships are safe. You're en route for the port city of Drvik, which is still about a week out. If there's anything you wanted to interact with immediately after all of that, you're welcome to do that now, or we can just kind of get into what your week looks like.
I got one or two things. I think Bastion would like to talk to Syrah.
Okay.
And then likely potentially meet the other crew of the ship. The other ship crew thing.
Very
the
well.
one that we took over. Words are hard.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, after a short time, Syrah reappears on the deck of the ship.
I get plenty of time.
she's straightening up a little bit. Sir?
How are you?
I've been worse.
Perfect. All right. Well,
good to see everyone's faring well after that exciting
of course,
endeavor.
Of course. It's not every day you see a sea serpent tamed. Anyways, I did have a little bit of a question for you.
Sure.
So, we've got a new ship apparently. Exciting news. I don't quite know what's going to happen to it yet, but it might not be a bad thing to look into using it as part of the fleet as well. I'd like to keep both of them technically, but we'll see if that's doable. If not, then we can always sell it off and ideally make some coin, but might not be bad to have a second ship running so long as we have enough crew to do so, and if you think you're up to the task.
Very well, sir. I'm more than capable of administrating for a fleet, if that's what you desire. There might be some certain legal implications of taking over this ship. We might need to look into the actual rightful owner first.
Well,
unless you want to change its appearance in such a way that it would be unrecognizable.
Oh, look at you thinking on your feet. Clever. That might be an option, although I suppose the crew is probably recognizable, and there might be some issues, but at the same time, those who are tied to the old ship may not want to be tied to it now, seeing as we've defeated them and the context of that defeat as well. So we may be able to have a little bit of fun with it anyways.
Very well, we certainly have options. Have you thoroughly vetted the crew?
Absolutely not.
So we're following the same patterns. Good.
Aye, it worked the first time.
Well, yes. Of course, Captain.
I know. Don't worry. I know it's a foolhardy attempt, but I do think that, and I trust you with this, if you could interview the crew, maybe put some feelers out once we get to our final destination to see who they actually are and if they're trustworthy. I wouldn't mind keeping some of them on. It seems like they've had a rough go of it. And if I can help them, well, I'd like to.
Very well. I'm happy to oblige. How would we like to transfer me to the other ship?
I was hoping you'd ask. He's gonna motion for, like, how far away is the other ship?
I mean, it's a good 40 feet out.
Oh, okay, easy. So he's just going to make sure there's about a 10-foot space around him, and make sure no living things are within about 10 feet. So long as that's good. He's just gonna yell out okay. He's just gonna yell out and just be like, right, back in a moment, and a huge thunderclap is gonna happen, and he's gonna thunder step over to the other ship.
Everyone in your crew's just But you and if it was Tira, that'd be weird. You and Sira appear on the deck of the other ship, and just kind of into existence over there. And there's like exactly one guy who notices. He's like pulling a rope. And he's okay. Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm the new captain.
He looks over towards the helm and then back to you.
Or,
of course.
I suppose it might be admiral with multiple ships. Ooh, we're gonna have to think of a title for me.
Are you military, sir?
No, absolutely not.
Then I think the term is Commodore.
Piracy.
Oh, well then I guess you can call yourself whatever you want.
Oh, perfect. Hey, I'll figure it out.
Right. Do you need anything from me?
Oh no, back to work with you. It's we'll get to all of you in time, but that's perfectly fine.
Get all of us.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. Sira, quick question for you. And he's gonna like throw his arm around her and kind of pull her over to the side. When we reach our final destination, I might be leaving for a while. Over land, which, bleh, but has to be done. I would like to trust you with managing the ships for that time.
Of course, sir. That's absolutely something I'm capable of, and well, we can look into the legal matters with this ship and sell off the produce that we're hauling. And well, as I said, I have a connection. I'm pretty sure we can start working on getting the ship loaded up with more valuable materials.
Beautiful. All right. I definitely think, given how this is going, we're going to have to talk about a commission for you, but we'll sort it out a little later. It's a lot more work than you signed up for, but I hope you'll enjoy it.
It is a little bit more rugged than I was expecting, but not enjoying myself.
Perfect. That's all I need to hear. I'll leave it to you once we get there. In the meantime, I'll have my fun sailing.
Great. Well, I will see to things here.
Perfect. I'll be on decks. I'll just be saying hi to the crew, but if you don't mind going through and vetting them and at least getting a little bit of information, that would be absolutely lovely.
Yeah, you see she has her trusty ledger in hand, and she opens it up and goes and starts making conversation with them one at a time. I will make a check for her. Okay. Yeah, and she. How long are you remaining on the deck? Are you?
He'll just basically wait until she's ready to go back, because he's gonna thunderstep her back over.
Fair enough. Yeah, this takes a while. There's only 8 of them, I think. But she's very thorough, and she's taking her time to like cross-reference answers from them and that sort of thing. But in the end, she comes back, and it's dark now. But she returns and says, "Well, some of them have a little bit of a criminal past, but they don't seem to be connected with those people that we don't want to be associated with. So I think we're probably in the clear as long as they remember that we have the ability to remove them should they become a problem, which after the display we saw today, I don't think that will be an issue."
If they ever need a reminder, I can do that too.
A little bit of lightning does wonders to put fear in the soul.
Should I do it before we go?
You're welcome to.
Would you like to have a little bit of fun with it?
Well, it does sound intriguing. What are you proposing?
Well, just to give you a little bit of sway with the crew as well, I need you to play it up a little bit. You'll know what to do. You'll feel it immediately.
You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Oh, absolutely not, but it's going to be bloody amazing. Don't point your face at any of the new crew.
Okay, this is
Dragon
getting... As she tries to say alarming, lightning comes pouring out your mouth. Yeah, you can see this certainly draws the attention of the rest of the crew as Syrah is now just opening her mouth every few seconds and this cone of lightning is streaking across the deck of the ship.
Bastion's gonna just yell out, "You thought I was scary? Look at her belching lightning! Oh my goodness!"
Make an intimidation check.
Tower or not?
No, you can do it in the open.
Okie dokie. Ooh, can I use inspiration for that? Because I feel
You
like that.
absolutely can.
All right, it's not a useful one, but we're still gonna do it. There we go. Slightly better.
Slightly better. Yeah, you see a few of them on the deck, looking kind of scared, kind of impressed, kind of, somewhere in that in between. There's at least one person who's just like, I'm not impressed.
After it's done, he'll just like lean over to Syrah and just be like, "All right, let's head back. We'll work on your scary face going forward. Don't worry about it."
Oh, of course, sir. Thanks. I've been told I have more of a cute face.
By Shenzen. Anyways. And he'll thunder step back.
And as you appear on this deck again, immediately they pop into existence, and Syrah goes, "Actually, it wasn't my face he was complimenting." And immediately walks away. What's everyone else doing?
This is like in the immediate aftermath of the fight.
Yes.
I think if there's some visibly wounded wyverns, I'm going to take care of that.
There are indeed. Or one, at least.
I'm going to take care of that.
Yeah. You do that, and they seem grateful. Anything else?
Not in the immediate aftermath.
Brielle or Wren?
I think I narrated all my after fight stuff last week, and now
Yeah.
working on all of the things that I said.
You mostly were dealing with the crew of the ship and hiring on that one sellsword who did not die in the fight.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that she would have needed to do afterwards aside from dealing with that and making sure that Bastion had a handle on the ship and she didn't have to do anything else with it, so she would probably go back to the Gentle Accord.
All right. Yeah, you can do that without any issue. Sorry, Megan, was there nothing from Brielle?
Brielle was just looking for whiskey because she promised Shenzen she would bring him a bottle and he would give her answers. So she's wandering around looking for that.
Where are you looking for that?
Probably where all the food's stored.
In the Storm's Respite?
Yeah.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. I will use inspiration if I need to.
You certainly didn't find any whiskey with that roll. It's up to you what you want to. How you want to interpret that.
I need answers.
The exact same number. You do find the reserves of rum that are on the ship, and it's passable. It's not watered down, which is nice. But that's what you find.
I will grab 2 bottles of that then, because maybe if it's like a lot more alcohol consumed, it'll get the same amount of drunk.
All right. You holding on to that for now, or are you looking for him now?
What time of day is it? It was
It's-
early morning that we started the fight, right?
No, it was a little later in the day. You had been followed by that ship for a number of hours before you were kind of out there alone, and the other ship began to approach. And then, of course, there was like an hour before interception. You went out to fight. Now, then you've kind of brought everyone back, and you're kind of reassessing the ships and everything. So you're into the late afternoon. By the time Sierra's done her questioning, it is dark. But you still have time before that.
I think she'll grab some food then too, just to bring to him because she hasn't seen him eat today. He's been
Fair
asleep
enough.
for half the day, so she'll.
Yeah. Once by the time you're done doing that, you head up, and he is in his usual spot. Interestingly enough, he had to pass by you to get up there, and you never noticed him. But you get up there, and he's in his spot, and he's lounging, and just kind of staring out at the ocean as you approach.
She'll walk up and just kind of like nudge his leg with her foot. Be like, I'm really sorry. I tried so hard to find whiskey and I can't find it on the ship, so I hope rum is okay.
He kind of tilts his head, smiles, and sticks his hand out, and
Give him a bottle, but hold on
you
to
hand
the
him
other
the
one.
bottle, and he takes it and opens it up. And he goes, "Well, rum will do, but I'm not going to tell you anything for it."
Are you kidding me?
Deal's a deal.
Okay, give me that back. She's gonna like take the rum from him out of his hand.
Make an attack roll.
On attack roll. Jesus.
Unarmed attack roll.
What's that then?
It'll just be your strength and proficiency.
Okay. Mm-mm-mm.
Nat 20. Here we go.
Oh, it's this +4. It's not good.
You reach for it, and like you don't even see him do it, but by the time you get to where his hand is, it's in the other hand now. And he kind of swapped it over so fast that you missed it. And as you're reaching for that empty space of air, he's drinking with the other hand now.
No, it's gonna be nice. I was gonna give you food.
Oh,
It's mine
that's
now.
good.
I'm gonna go look for whiskey.
I've already eaten today anyway.
What'd you eat?
He looks towards that other ship.
The sea serpent?
No, Brielle.
Whatever. I'll be back. She's gonna like storm off and try and find Bastion and see if he has any reserves in his like room or something. Bastion, I have a really important question to ask you, and I really hope you can help me out here. Do you have
I can't wait.
a bottle of whiskey?
Is this over the psychic link? Because Bastion is
Yes.
currently on the other ship. Okay.
What it was for 7 hours, or is it, we
It was
re-rolled
like,
it?
it was
didn't we?
like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
You're good still.
Yeah.
Do I have a whiskey ration?
Do you have whiskey in your inventory? Because if you
If
don't,
not, do you have any on the ship over there you could find me?
I have pocket Friedrich, but I forgot about that.
I got a pocket full of food.
I was always thinking of that community song. Got my pocket full of free drink.
Oh, I can take a look over here. I'm not doing
I'm-
much else.
I would really appreciate that because I really need it.
All right,
Make it-
you're taking up drinking?
No, I mean I drink, but no.
Sure. Hey, you know, it's probably good for me to know if there's whiskey over here anyways.
Maybe bring 2 bottles or 3.
Go
Just so
ahead,
we have
make
some
it
over
best
here.
Trying to
drink.
get Spirit to like
Bastion.
you or something? Sorry, investigation?
Yes.
With my -1. Hell yeah.
Good luck.
We are the best for this.
You didn't do as bad as I expected. However, you didn't do good enough to find the hidden whiskey on this ship.
That means there is hidden whiskey.
There is.
What is the captain's name? Like Thadian or something?
Yes.
Because he's also one. So he's listening to this.
That is true.
Wren is going to say, Captain Thadian, does the Gentle Accord perhaps have whiskey?
Well, we do. We don't have a ton, and we have even less with Seraphine on board.
She doesn't need it.
But if I were to trade it for some fine wine so you're not left empty-handed?
Oh, that would certainly help should she return and want the rest of it.
All right. It's been a while since I've dabbled into her stash.
You don't even get like a full word. You get like a partial thought, like, "Whoa." But he seeks you out and like takes you into the cabin and shows you where the whiskey is. And then you can see there's 3 bottles in there, each of them a different type. And he says, and there is a small crate downstairs in one of the storage rooms. Men don't know about it because if they did, it wouldn't be there anymore. So, don't tell anyone.
Thank you. Just gonna replace one of the bottles. She'll think about the crate a little bit. Brielle, what do you need this for?
A business transaction.
Brielle kills me.
You've been learning a lot.
Yes, I'm trying my best to be the best third in command for this ship as I can.
She's gonna see if now that Ravkin's like healed up, if he's willing to like fly her over there, because before he was kind of enticed off the ship by the fact that there was something to attack, so I don't yet know how willing.
Make an animal handling check. Yep.
17.
Yep. You kind of just take that leather harness thing with the reins on it, and as soon as you do, you see Ravkin kind of perks up. His legs, his wings sort of stretch out like he's about to leap, and as you climb up, he just goes for it.
She'll be very like physically affectionate on the trip between the ships, like something that she doesn't do once she's like really close towards other people. She like tries to hide it.
Oh, you're such a good boy, anyway, very well done, young man.
Yeah, she'll kind of like gently land as best she can where there's the most space, and I think she'll hand over whiskey, and also since it seemed like she wanted extra alcohol over here, she's gonna hand her one of the bottles of wine that she has in her inventory as well.
I don't
Where
think
is
I'll
that
need...
wine from? Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, go.
What?
Where is that wine from?
From Kaim.
Okay.
I bought like 6 bottles before we left.
All right. Go ahead.
Oh, she was just gonna say, I don't know if I'll need the wine really, but I'll take it in case, and if not, I'll give it back to you.
All right. Honestly, maybe the crew would appreciate it because we've kind of put them through a bit of an ordeal lately.
I like that idea more. Give it to the crew. I still need the whiskey for what I needed, but give them the wine.
And she'll just kind of like go down to below deck and just let everyone know. She'll put it on the table that they can, as long as they're not currently being expected to do something else.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Me?
Yes.
27.
All right. Yeah, you see they all kind of perk up and like, oh, there's not much, but we don't normally get the good stuff. And there's like this conversation of how they should divide it up, and they all just like they're like encroaching on the table you leave it on, very like almost zombie like, just okay, well, we're gonna by the time you're heading up the stairs, there's already the cook coming out of the kitchen. He's like, wait, I've got some really good cheese to go with it. And
Do a little charcuterie out here.
yeah, they want to make. They don't get fine wine often. They get cheap rum.
The rum I have.
But yeah, so they seem enticed by that. They're excited.
Nice.
Up on the deck, Brielle.
I have my whiskey in hand. And she's just going to walk back to him. All right, I got the stuff. You can't have it yet.
You've learned. Good. And he gets the bottle of rum and like tucks it into his kimono, and then like a moment later produces a little tin cup and puts it out.
No.
You ask me a question, you pour a little bit, and I'll answer.
But then you're going to get drunk if you're drinking the alcohol before you answer the question. What we really should be doing is I ask you the question, you answer it, and then I give it to you as a reward.
My tales are meant to be told over whiskey. He leans back and closes his eyes.
I thought elves don't sleep. What are you doing falling asleep?
I'm not sleeping.
Why are your eyes closed? We're talking, aren't we?
Well, we were, and then you decided not to give me the whiskey. I believe that was the end of the conversation.
Are you kidding me?
I am not.
You said I just had to get whiskey. You didn't say I had to give it to you.
I believe I said I would discuss my past over whiskey.
Okay. And she's going to hold the whiskey in front of his face. Start talking. It's over whiskey.
I don't have any whiskey.
She's like getting so angry that her hair is starting to glow a little.
Well, that's a neat trick.
What is?
Your hair.
And she's just like trying to like hide it. And she's like, shut up. Give me your cup. She's just gonna like pour out like a tiny little amount for him.
Perfect. Thank you. And I think it's quite breathtaking. And he takes a little sniff of it. Now, what do you want to know?
The thing I asked you before.
Which was?
What? The story about why you left your family? Why you didn't get along?
Boy. That story.
You said no one
That's
asked
a
you
long
that.
Story.
I have all night.
How much do you know of Toshin? Or Caradan at all?
Nothing.
Well, unlike many of the lands that I've been around, Caradan is governed by multiple ruling, I suppose, clans. They oversee territories. They often fight over them. And, well, one such clan I was born into. He takes his first sip of the whiskey. I was raised not only to one day take over the clan. One day, probably long, long time from now. But I was raised to be the best at what my clan does. We guide the way things work through a particular skill.
Which is?
Assassination. Empties his cup. Places it on the deck in front of him.
You didn't answer my question fully.
It's true. I'm working on it. I didn't like what I had to do. Are you really, really good at anything you don't like doing?
No, I like what I'm really good at, so.
And you're lucky.
Oh, wait, talking.
I suppose I've seen you put your foot in your mouth a few times.
People find it charming.
Well, I don't like killing someone who doesn't know I'm coming. I'd rather a fair fight. But that's not what most of my position would allow. And not just within the fighting clans of Caradan, not even just within the city of Toshan, but my services would occasionally be hired out to other nobles and dignitaries, rulers who were afraid of this or that.
You ever work for the Swindells?
No. We wouldn't sully our clan name by working with thugs.
That's good. I mean, not the assassination part. That's bad.
I've killed a number of them,
That's good.
I suppose.
She's going to give him a little bit more.
Fix it up. Well, in order to earn my position as heir and Windfang, he kind of looks at it over his shoulder. I was expected to do something in particular that I found distasteful. And so instead, I used my skills to break into Mother's Manor, take Windfang for myself, and then I fled.
Okay, but that's like really cool. What did you have to do?
I think I'd rather not say. And he drinks.
If I give you more whiskey, will you say?
When you fill the cup and I'll tell you.
Then I'll have nothing else for my other questions.
It's not a big cup. Like it's a little tin
Okay.
cup. You've got a bottle.
Okay. And she will fill it up.
There is another clan that we've been at war with for some time. They do something similar to us. Their leader is quite old, and he had only one heir. Kagetsu was only 13 years old. I was not going to kill a child.
I'm proud of you for that.
Nobody else was. He starts on his full cup.
Yeah, but those people are assholes, so what do they matter?
Well, up until that point in my life, they were the only people in my life. They were my world. They were my family, my friends, the people who had trained me, the people who had protected me people whose sisters, brothers, children died to protect me.
Guess.
They were everyone I loved.
Where'd you go after that then? What'd you do?
I got on a small sailing vessel, and they were heading to the Trimaris Expanse, so I joined them. Fought my way through the continent there. Turned out that my skills were applicable in adventuring, protecting people, solving their problems, helping where I can. It was okay for a while.
Then you gave it up?
Well, not all at once, and not really entirely. Eventually, I just became exhausted. Do you know how many problems of other people you have to solve before things are okay?
I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah, well, do it for another 100 years and you'll learn you'll always be in the middle of it. There is no end. People's problems are infinite.
How old are you?
Well, I might have lost count. 112?
Brielle is just like wide-eyed, like, oh my god, she thought silver was ancient, being 300 years old.
Of course, I've only been away for 250, something like that.
Is that how you ended up meeting Jurley?
Ah, yes. Well, that was about 25 years ago in Arad. I'd been asked to assist with cleaning out a settlement of Kuatoa that had taken up in the depths around in a nearby archipelago. I, at the time, didn't know that I wasn't the only one hired. I like doing things my way. Didn't really like the other adventuring types I had met. But Jurley and Hornder were capable. We cleared it out without any issue. We got along well, so I let them know that I was heading towards another job in the Empire and offered to split it with them. We traveled for quite a while. We fought everything from basilisks to beholders. It was an interesting time in my life. Then, Horner really took it pretty.
I know. Were
She
you there when it
decided to-
happened?
There, in a sense. But I wasn't where I should have been.
What was he like?
To say he was brilliant would be doing him a disservice. And never let it go to his head. He was fun, grounded, had a zest for life. And he could outdrink me, which, well, doesn't happen.
I don't believe that.
I don't know where he put it. Honestly, I accused him of cheating more than once, but I could never prove it.
Was he tall and lanky too?
Yes,
Just like his son. Have you met Jorf?
no. It was not long after that day that Julie realized she was pregnant. She left. And, well, Kira and Fen went with her.
Do you want to talk about Kira?
No. She was fun to be around for a time.
But you said you'd maybe consider, like, you know, a second round.
Well, she was stunningly beautiful.
But nothing more?
No, unfortunately. Not for lack of trying on her part.
Do you think Fen takes after her or you?
You're going to hate me when I answer this question. And he empties the cup.
I hated you when you made that eating comment. Wren told me what that means. And that was gross. So you can't do worse.
You were being snippy. I haven't been around him long enough to know.
Wow. You are right.
Puts the cup down in front of you.
You can wait. My next one. What's the weirdest thing you've ever fought? You said you fought basilisks and beholders.
Well, fill the cup and I'll give you 2 answers.
I'll fill half the cup and you'll give me 2 answers.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm not good at those either.
All right. You drive a hard bargain.
Business deal. Yes. I'll fill half the cup.
He picks it up and takes a sip. When I was traveling through Medios, there's a region that is unlike anywhere I've ever been. It's called the Solcotier Barrens. Don't go there. There's these tremendous burrowing creatures. Massive, on a scale I can't even describe. This ship would fit in its mouth 10 times over.
So you don't want me to go there because you're warming up to me and you like me?
I don't want you to die. And yes,
I knew it. Have you ever fought anything called a vampire?
no, I've heard tales, but they tend to be reclusive, do they not?
Yeah, and honestly, I've just heard of one the first time, like yesterday, so I don't know anything about them other than my boyfriend may or may not have one as a teacher.
Interesting. So, by the time you get to him, he'll be rather skilled at sucking.
Probably. Well, no, not Torf, but like the vampire guy is probably already skilled at that, I would say.
Well,
'Cause
if
they
he's
drink
teaching
blood,
him,
right?
Yes.
No, Dwarf's not a vampire.
Do you know this for certain?
I think he would have told me if he was a vampire.
Unless he doesn't want you to fear him or not come see him, not be close enough to be turned yourself.
Well, I told him I was coming to see him, so he's fine with that. And
Well, that was sort of my point. He wants you to come. So why would he tell you something that would make you not?
oh. Wait, you think he wants me to be a vampire?
I don't know.
Okay, that's concerning and not
I've never
something
met a
that I was
vampire.
thinking about.
Although, when I was in Attigrin, there was a rumor that there was a vampire hiding in plain sight.
What was their name?
I have no idea.
You know?
If I had found him, I would have fought him.
Okay, so my boyfriend may be a vampire. Great.
That's the first time you considered that an option or a possibility.
Again, I didn't know what a vampire was until like yesterday. Why would I consider that a possibility? He's like Hornder. He's an amazing magician. He can do magic. He can make things, he can speak in my head when like he's like a million miles away. He can like make me fly. Like, why would I ever consider that?
Aren't you?
Sorry?
You're quite taken with him, aren't you?
Of course I am. He's the best guy I've ever met.
Yeah, sounds like Hornder.
Fenn's the second best.
That's pleasant to hear. Thank you.
Oh, it's not on you. It's on him. He's definitely not like you.
Good.
I mean, he kind of flirts like you do, but... yeah. Okay, so then probably I was gonna ask you this because I thought I thought of a loophole, because remember you said like that Fenn's like a bird in an egg and he has to get strong enough to like crack through the egg, and if I help him then it's gonna make him weaker. So you think if I was to ask, well, see, I can't ask him, that's the problem. But what if I was to tell him that Jorf is potentially in trouble? Is that frowned upon if he then decides to come help?
That seems like a reasonable thing to tell him, and if he chooses to take action and to go fight for his friend, then that would be admirable.
Would you be mad at me if he became a vampire?
You know, sometimes time just takes a course that you weren't prepared for, that you don't enjoy. That's life.
You planning on staying around Holvik for a while? Or are you going to travel more?
I guess I'll see what the competition is there. He drinks the rest of his whiskey and he goes, "Oh, by the way, I only gave you one of the answers."
You're right. Thanks for being honest.
I'm a man of my word.
No, you're not.
How do you mean that?
Because you said we could talk over the whiskey, and you said you had to drink the whiskey, and I'm not getting into this fight again.
We are talking over the whiskey. That's what that means.
It's fine. It's fine. Semantics. I learned that word.
I do believe I kept my word, but
You haven't told me yet.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Discounting monster hunting, the best proper fight I've ever had, well, while I was in the Empire doing certain work for them, there was this one fucker. His name was Grellick. Toughest fucking flesh I've ever hit. It was like punching concrete. Not only that, hit like a fucking giant. It was unbelievable. I do believe he's the last person to lay a finger on me.
Interesting. And you said you could teach me some stuff, right? Are you still willing to do that?
If you want to learn to fight the way I do,
I'll learn to fight the way anyone fights. It's gonna help no matter what.
well, I'm not opposed to showing you a few things.
Fighting things, right?
Well, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Why, is there something else you need to learn?
No.
You hesitated.
No, I didn't.
Very well.
Do you want some food? I feel bad withholding it from you.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. And she's like actually happy, feeling like she's like, heck yeah, I'm doing great at this.
Any other questions?
Since you're so old, anything new happening that you think's kind of weird? We've seen a lot in the last like 3 months that's gone on. I'm sure you've seen like tons of stuff that's weird or changing.
No, in 900 years, I've learned that nothing ever really changes. It just looks different for a time.
What does that mean?
You'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, people keep telling me that, but it's so much easier if people just tell you instead of making you do the work for it. Then I could know it now.
There's a difference between knowledge and understanding. I can give you words, like I just did, and you now have the knowledge of those words, but you don't understand them. I can't make you understand them. Experience can.
Okay, fine. Why don't I argue with a 900-year-old?
It's, despite the way I've lived my life, I've learned a thing or two.
Are your family still after you?
I don't know. I imagine my siblings are probably fighting each other to the death to try to get the position that was rightfully mine. None of them have come for me. Anyone else in the clan who did would be struck down immediately. And, well, Mother. I suspect she knows exactly when I will return and exactly under what circumstances, and will hold it over me for the rest of eternity when it happens.
She a bitchy sorceress too?
Well, no. She fights the way I do.
Mm-hmm.
She's been doing it a lot longer than I have. And also she has what they call timeless sight.
What's that?
It means she can see things before they happen.
Oh. You gonna be okay?
Of course I'm going to be okay.
Okay. Just worried.
Why would you worry about me?
You're nice. Mostly just because your friend's dad, and I want him to at least meet you again.
Yes, well, perhaps one day. I was headed to Cadence. There was apparently someone there worth fighting, but apparently they've been injured.
So why don't you take up the mantle? Why don't you be the fighter in Cadence?
I only go where there's somebody worth fighting already.
If you fight me, like you said you would, and I win, I'm from Cadence.
But I could fight you here. You're not in Cadence.
Yeah. Well, do you have to actually be in the place to fight someone? You can't like fight someone from there?
Well, I thought you were telling me to go there.
I'm telling you, go. I don't know what I'm trying to tell you. I'm just telling you, go there and be the fighter. And then I can like go visit you and you can go see your son and you can actually be a good dad for once. And then maybe I could visit you every so often if I'm there.
I've already defeated everyone worth fighting over there. I'll consider it.
Okay.
If you make a name for yourself.
How do I gotta make I have a song being written about me. Have I told you that? There's this guy that like was making a song about all of us. And we didn't have a party name, but it's about me. If you hear him talking about like fighting a white dragon, like that's us.
Aren't white ones the smallest and the least fierce of all dragons?
Again, I've been out of my house for 3 months. I don't know. It looked pretty big to me. And I wasn't even wearing my armor.
Well, that's something. I never wear armor.
Making me not like you again.
It's a shame.
You don't care. You don't think that
I don't think what?
that it's a shame that I don't like you.
Yeah, I'm not really bothered one way or the other.
You see, I knew it.
People like who they like. They don't like who they like. I don't care. Life goes on. There's another port, another drink, another lady, another fight, another port, and so on.
Don't you get bored? That's boring.
That's what keeps me from growing bored.
Adventure again.
I am, sort of, except I'm not murdering anyone.
I guess. Well, thanks for answering my questions, I guess.
You're welcome. And you're welcome for the sea serpent as well. I understand what's on that ship could have been disastrous.
I could have taken the sea serpent. No one asked you. I'm not paying you.
That's why I said you're welcome. I didn't ask you to pay me.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't doubt that you could have taken the serpent. It was an infant.
That was a baby?
Well, an adolescent.
That's wild.
They get bigger.
That's usually what it means when you're an adolescent.
Not as big as the things in the desert, though. Don't go there.
I won't go there.
Good. May I have the rest of the whiskey now?
She's going to pour his cup full, and then she's going to have the last bit of it herself. And just sit there in silence with him, or talk if he wants to talk, but she's
He
done.
raises cup, says, well earned, and then sips. And he's quite content to sit in silence next to her.
Yeah, she'll just sit there.
So, after that enlightening conversation, is there anything else that needs to be resolved this evening?
No.
All right, then about 20 minutes after Brielle is sitting in silence with Shenzen, Bastion and Sierra poof into the deck of the ship, and she looks over and sees you sitting with him and just gives you the dirtiest look. Right, well, I'll be below deck should anyone need me, and turns and leaves.
Bastion's just going to loudly be like, oh, that's why she was asking for the whiskey.
But you guys manage to get some rest, and a new day dawns, and you have another week before you reach your destination. What's that week look like for each of you?
Probably largely the same as the last one did for Rhowan, learning to speak dragon and flying lessons, draconic or wyvern training, that sort of thing.
Yeah, give me your whatever it was, intelligence and animal handling checks.
That's a save. I need to check. Getting better.
You're covering a lot of ground in that book. You're picking up quite a few useful phrases, and you're implementing them well in your training. They are responding very clearly, and their pronunciation of Draconic is actually getting clearer as well as part of that process. You're picking up something more akin to full thoughts rather than single words being screeched at you. What about the rest of you? Bastion, what's your week look like?
I think he's just gonna travel back and forth between the two ships and like kind of get to know the crew, see if there's any issues on it, give the other ship like a very thorough once over, kind of see if there's any issues with it, see if he finds anything in there as well, and just
Yeah, give me another investigation and a persuasion check.
Sure. Why can I never find investigate? There we are. And then persuasion?
Yes. So unfortunately, what you find on the ship is everything you expect to be on a ship. They've got supplies, they've got rations, they've got water, they've got the things they need. It's not a bad thing, and in fact, because it was holding far more people than it is now, you've got an abundance. You know that you could probably supply up now in a way that all three ships could have significantly more, and maybe even you could, if you were so willing, you could increase things like liquor rations and stuff like that and keep that morale up. But other than that, you don't really find anything of interest. Yeah, the fancy rooms are nice, but there's nothing much that is removable or usable. And yeah, however, in your visits, your talks with the crew and everything like that, you're finding that there is a pretty good uptick in spirits on that ship. When they see they're actually kind of just being left to do their jobs for the most part, they're being treated with respect and trusted and all of that. When you appear, the initial shock that everyone was having is now more of a, oh, he's back, hey, Captain. Yeah, they seem to be quite content with what you're doing.
Perfect. And yeah, I think he would over the next little while just increase the rations because they don't last forever anyways. There's no point in always keeping them. So yeah,
For sure.
Make the crew happy on both ships.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely an option. So yeah, you once again see spirits lifted. Anything else?
I think I'm good. I mean, he's obviously always going to try to stir up the drama between Zira and Brielle, but that's about it.
It's not hard to do.
No.
Sira is increasingly frustrated with Brielle and her being around Shenzen whenever she's not. I think at one point, maybe like 2 days in, Brielle finally gets Shenzen to get up and show her a few things. And as they're like, he's instructing her on like how to keep the energy flowing through her body and how to really draw into yourself and focus on what it is you want to accomplish, and sort of visualizing all these kinds of things, stances and positioning and stuff like that. Occasionally, and not in like a creepy way, even though you might expect it from him, he does occasionally like adjust her arms or her form or something like that. And every time Sira seems to be there and just like, so yeah, you're creating plenty of drama. I think we need a new version of that GIF now.
That's all I ever want.
I already posted that in reference to him.
Wren.
I think during the week, there's two things she wants to do. One, she's been like harvesting the wyvern poison from them, so she'd like to do that, but she would go up to Rhowan while he's like doing his draconic lessons with them and be like, would it be more efficient with their time if I sat here with you all and tried to, and she has like her kit with her in her hands, or would it disrupt what you're doing?
No, I think this might be a good opportunity, and I think Rhowan will try and say something in Draconic to make it easier to. It's like poison time or something. I don't know.
Make an animal handling check. Actually, no. Wren, you can do your poisoner's kit check with advantage.
We want to get him used to this, so it's good to do it while we're in a training mindset anyway.
Yeah, you collect 4 vials in total, and yep, you're getting the same. Are you going through all 3 of them, kind of thing?
Yeah. Who I guess maybe Ravkin would be more compliable to get an additional bottle.
Ravkin he just seems to be willing to do the whole process a second time. The others, once they've given you some of their venom, they just kind of grow disinterested in you.
Alright.
I'm really trying to avoid certain phrases and words here because but yeah, you get those. So you also have to keep track because one of them is different.
Yep.
And it's clearly different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Brielle, is there anything you're doing through the week?
She would have actually made an effort to learn like the wyvern stuff, like actually spend more time with them and try and learn some draconic, maybe like a sit or stay or something, because Ash likes to go out on his own and do his own thing, so something like that.
Yeah, you can give me both animal handling and an intelligence check, and so your time away from Ash is not unfelt. He seems less in tune with you than the others are with their particular person, but also not disobedient, just kind of not particularly compliant. However, with a nat 20, you absolutely can pick up one draconic word you would like to know.
Stay.
Okay.
Yep.
Write that down.
And then, yeah, she would have practiced with Shenzen. And she would have said, not even knowing, but like all the worst things when Sierra was around, like, oh yeah, it feels so much better in this position. Oh, I like the way you hold it that way. Things like that. Like every time she walks by, she just says something stupid that she doesn't mean.
Oh yeah, I can really feel it flowing into my center.
Yeah. Oh, it's going down my legs now. That's a cool feeling.
Oh my god.
A full body
You're gonna be able to walk after this.
Right to jail. Right to jail, all of you.
So yeah, just classic Brielleisms, because now she knows what stuff means, but like she kind of doesn't still. And then I think at one point during one of the evenings when it's quiet and she can see that constellation a little brighter, I think she just wants to sit with the sword and like kind of just touch the sword, and she's just gonna like think out, like kind of not in prayer, but I guess in prayer. She's just gonna be like, Tharvost, I don't know if this is something you can do because I'm not quite sure how this all works still, but if you're able to talk to your followers, you think you could tell my mom and dad a message? Maybe?
That's kind of adorable.
Because she doesn't really fully understand how clerics work, so she doesn't know. She's just like, well, I believe in this god. He must be able to talk to my mom and dad because they believe in him. So, yeah, I think she'll just be like, if you can, I don't know if you can, but if you can you tell them that I love them and I miss them and that the forge is built in kind, and ask them if they're in trouble, and if they are, they can go to the forge. Thanks. Yeah.
Make a religion check.
Okay. Out in the open?
No, let's do this one in the tower.
Okay. Also, tell Tendresia I say hi.
You get sort of unusual feeling, but you're not really sure if you've even been heard or what the feeling might be or what it might mean or if it's really from praying at all. And like that's kind of just what you're left with is just this
That's
silence
fine.
of okay. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Is Brielle done?
Yep.
There was a second thing I wanted to do.
Fair enough.
I think after like, so we're skipping over like a week then?
Presumably.
This is maybe like 4 or 5 days in, I think Wren would like to go over and check in on Drvik. I think she wants to talk to him.
All right. Well then, yeah, you head over to the other ship, and Drvin's there. He doesn't really have anything to be doing, so he's, occasionally helping out here and there, but he's not a sailor. So mostly he's just kind of pacing back and forth on the ship most days.
Would you mind if I talk to you alone?
That's fine.
I'm not gonna pull a dagger out on you.
Yeah, let's go talk.
Go to that same room that she initially interrogated him in.
Mm-hmm.
And when the door closes, she's just kind of she kind of stays near it, but she's not like blocking it or anything like that. Have you decided what it is that you're going to do? Are you getting off at the next port? I know you had plans to be free.
I've thought about it an awful lot, and it's really hard to make a decision. This is what I've been doing for a long time, and I haven't really had opportunity to chase anything else, and I didn't really want to do so alone. So mostly I'm finding my thoughts difficult to pin down.
And Shanks, we're going to like one more port, and then after that, there's more travel to the capital.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there might be more opportunity for you to have options available to you if you travel on with us to Medios.
What kind of options?
I just mean there's plenty of work in the city, right?
Yeah, but not for someone like me.
You were only working as a group with your friends.
Yeah, we've been doing this a while. So I don't have much in the way of other skills, and the imperial capital is it's an old city. People there are established. I don't think what I've earned here would last me 2 weeks.
And what of Edegren?
Edegren is, well, a younger city of opportunities, but that's why there's so many people there looking for them. I don't know. Drvik is a decent enough land, but the people there are, I don't know, they're used to living hard lives, and I just don't know I have that in me anymore.
Where were you guys operating out of before Cadence?
Well, we've been all over. And, well, actually, I've never been to Cadence.
Well, if you don't mind waiting around for a while in the capital, keeping yourself busy, thinking things over, I wouldn't mind seeing if my companions are fine with you coming back to Cadence with us when we go there. There is a lot more opportunity and work out there. They are just building. In fact, there was a town there that has had to do that multiple times and could probably use people like you.
You know, that actually sounds kind of all right. I'll think on it.
I'll figure out how long we'll be away from the city. There are things that we have to do inland.
Would I be permitted to stay on the ship?
I'll have a talk with Bastion, but I would assume that the answer is yes, as long as you pull your weight.
All right, well.
You're going to be on this ship for some time now still. Might as well ask them how you can be more helpful.
Yeah, most common answer I get is it would take longer to show you how than to just do it myself. But I'll see what I can do. You know, at the very least, if we run into trouble, I can keep people safe.
That'd be appreciated. All right, well, I'll stop cornering you and leave you to it.
Hey, now that I actually believe you're not going to kill me, I would like to say thank you again.
Your story struck a chord with me, a personal one. And besides,
Perhaps you can tell me that one someday.
She thinks about it. I would hope to be able to.
Get done.
Gonna leave him.
As you are returning to the deck of the ship, you hear in your head, Elren, I've returned.
Okay. She's briskly walking towards Ravkin and shifting everything she can without giving herself away to everyone on the way.
Where are you headed?
Towards the Gentle Court.
Okay. Yeah, you take flight on Ravkin once more, and you soar off of the ship, across, over the Storm's Respite, and as you approach the Gentle Accord, you can see Seraphine standing on the deck, her usual straight and like rigid posture. You got a problem, Bastion?
I'll loosen her up.
She looks up and sees you approaching, and make a perception check.
All right. Oops, I didn't do that in tower.
Oh, well, you did what you did. As you draw in near, and you see her sort of appraise the now adult wyvern, and you swear for the slightest fraction of a second you see this corner of her mouth tick up.
She lands and then like gets off pretty. She's trying to be very slick about it.
Yeah, you do that, and as you make your approach, you notice something that clicks that you didn't notice it last time. She smells like your mother. Like, she smells like Seraphine.
Mhm.
And it now occurs to you that you didn't smell her last time she was here.
Oh.
I thought so.
What did you thought so?
That she sent like a simulacrum or something.
Couldn't even be bothered to come and visit us herself. Bullshit.
I was like, she wouldn't actually come out here for this. No way.
That makes me more concerned though, because that version of her was dealing with something very important and she couldn't spare her spare.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Wren has any. She never feels like she has any right to question Seraphine, so she wouldn't say anything. But she does tuck that away mentally. Oh, welcome back, Mother.
Thank you. I was unfortunately indisposed longer than I had intended.
Is everything okay?
It is now. Of course, now we have to set to work of understanding how this lich came to be, what other schemes he might have set in motion to better protect our northern shore.
You went to go deal with that matter.
Yes.
Is there any role that I could have in this? Even if it's just
Unfortunately, if
behind
it was
the scene?
an Elrin scale problem, I would have sent Elrin.
Fair enough. There was actually she goes, did they alert you as to what happened while you were away? Or should I give you the rundown?
I have been made aware.
Yes, well, we've dealt with that, and it seems that we've acquired another ship for Bastion along the way.
Scoundrel has 2 ships. How entertaining.
There's something to be said for ambition, is there not?
Absolutely. Until it brings you beyond your station and you find yourself without a head.
Well, fortunately for now, we've been dealing with things that have been causing you problems, so hopefully it stays that way.
What have we learned of who's behind all this?
She'll tell her pretty much everything that she learned from Drvik. Asking some of the crew, there was mention of the Swindell company, specifically a man named Sereth, who there have been a bunch of rumors about lately, is on death.
Hmm.
Or perhaps that he died and came back to life. It's very unclear.
It is incredible to me who they can win over.
I was given reason to believe that they didn't have a whole lot of information, at least not the hired hands. I think that perhaps the other ship that was tailing behind us may have had more information. Unfortunately, our dealing with it has landed it at the bottom of the ocean, so I could not confirm that, but we have reason to believe that it's from the Kingdom of Aurelia. I don't know that they were acting along with their government, though.
Let me guess. No flags, no papers, no indication that they're actually of the Golden Kingdom.
Yes, as far as we could tell. And she's going to gesture at the Storm's Respite. Is that cannon still, like, on display on the deck?
Yeah.
They had some technology on their ship as well. They really intended to take this ship down.
I suppose with me being gone, they felt that they could threaten the ship with one blast and gain control over the mineral.
It did seem oddly timed. They, almost as soon as you were gone.
Yes, well, they know the ship. They've got mages. There's no doubt that they've been scrying nonstop.
Do you think that your presence here is enough to keep them at bay?
Most likely. However, I'm now wondering if my presence was drawn away intentionally.
And what if I were to use my skills to make them believe that you were here?
That might work.
If they believe you're here and they're wanting you away from whatever they're doing, then perhaps you can surprise them.
Well, I doubt they'll be able to conjure up another lich with an undead army, but should the need arise, it's well thought out.
Let me know what you need.
Well, for now, I'm in desperate need of a rest. I haven't tranced since I last saw you.
How did the wine compare to the whiskey? There, it is a fine wine, and it was being served at places that Drindle would drink at. So I'm like,
It's certainly a decent wine, yeah.
okay. She won't worry about it too much.
Well, she had, unless she had something more to say.
No, she's just going to kind of stay there until Seraphine leaves, like a good little lap dog, before I go back to Rapkin.
She turns and heads towards the cabins. She stops after about 2 or 3 steps. Your beast has grown impressively.
She's trying to mask that she's pleased to hear that, but then she also, maybe after Seraphine takes a step, she goes, I've been able to secure some wyvern poison and some that is very unique from our white wyvern.
You waited until she took more steps to say that?
I assumed she did it right away. Like if she was standing there, then
Yeah, no, she says it and then she does go to walk again, but then she pauses like mid-step. I'd quite like to look at a sample.
I'll bring some by.
Excellent. Thank you, Ellen. She heads in for a rest.
And I'll make a note to do that so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah, and then other than that, the rest of the week goes exactly as you expected. We will take our break now. We'll be back in a few minutes and deal with whatever comes next. So, go get your refreshments and see us back here in a few minutes. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Yeah, so we are here on, various ships, and continuing on our way to Drvik. Seraphine's arrival was certainly a surprise, though he did suspect she was coming back eventually. Yeah, Wren, as you leave her, she goes into the cabin and trances for the next 4 hours, and then continues on with what she had been doing before. Was there anything else that anyone wanted to accomplish over the next couple of days before you arrive in Drvik is the port city.
Did Seraphine make her presence known?
Not overtly. She was on that ship, so if you were particularly watching it, you might have noticed. But she spoke to Wren and then
There.
So
might have noticed Wren acting slightly differently too.
Yeah, and looking like Elrin.
Yeah, kind of a giveaway. He'll probably just go up to Wren and be like, "Do you think your mom might know a little bit about this cannon that we picked up?"
I don't really know what knowledge she has, to be honest, but it does seem vast, and I did mention it to her. She seemed a bit intrigued, and she was going to look over some things that I have as well. So, are you asking if she'll come have a look?
You wouldn't mind it.
Do you want me to ask, or have you built up enough of a rapport with her now?
Oh, probably not, but I can ask.
I would like to watch that. Yeah, I think she'll. Has Bastion come over to the other ship, or is this what we're all because I would throw up the mind link whenever I see you guys on the other ship as well.
Yeah, he'd probably ask through the mind link.
All right. Do you need me to pick you up, or are you good?
I mean, I can probably head over there. Just clear a space for me. Oh my goodness.
I think she knows by now what that means. She will make sure that there is enough space that he can land.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious when he creates a massive thunder boom every time he does it.
He's not subtle. Oh god.
So you're thunder stepping over to the gentle accord.
Yeah.
When would that be happening? At just any time in the future when you know she's there, kind of thing, or?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. She is walking the ship as you appear, and she just kind of looks at you and goes, "Scoundrel."
How are you? What do I call you?
Well, just use my name.
You sure you don't want Your Majesty or something like that?
Well, I don't think His Majesty would quite like me taking his title.
Oh, I won't tell. But Seraphine is a very pretty name, so I suppose that'll work.
What are you buttering me up for?
Well, I was just curious if you would be interested in a little date looking over a dwarven cannon.
I've seen many dwarven arcane cannons.
Bet you haven't seen this one.
What makes it special?
I mean, first off, it's missing a bunch of pieces from being bitten off a ship by a whale.
Ah, so it's garbage.
Partially, I think I could make it work.
You remind me of a raccoon.
Huh. You know, I see the resemblance.
I don't like raccoons.
How could you not? They got little chubby cheeks.
They're annoying. They pick up garbage. They are all over the place if you don't control their population.
Aye, and they're cute and adorable and fat, and we love them.
Was there anything else?
So that's a no on the cannon?
On the broken cannon on the deck of your ship.
Aye.
Suppose I don't have anything else to do.
Ah, perfect, perfect. Come on over.
Yeah, she looks towards your ship and just sort of steps up into the air and floats across.
Oh, would you? Right, I'll meet you there. Help understand back.
When she arrives there, she like cocks her head. I thought storm sorcerers could fly.
Kind of. I just never really found the need for that one. I can lie for a short time.
Perhaps you'll grow into it.
It's something I probably could.
All right, show me your garbage.
Voila.
She takes a look at it and immediately goes, "Yep, a standard Kingdom of Aurelia arcane cannon. It's their third prototype."
Oh, so it's a prototype. That means it's fancy.
Well, yes and no. It fires a little bit more consistently than the others, but it also uses up much more energy to do so. Of course, they
And
have so much galderite that's practically coming out their fucking ears, so they can afford it.
Galderite, great. So, would one be able to modify it so it used a different source of energy?
If you had another way of generating raw magic, yes.
Like a very powerful storm sorcerer?
No.
Damn.
Raw magic, scoundrel.
Raw magic. Raw's a good word. All right. I'll put some thought into it.
You don't know what I'm talking about at all, do you?
Oh, absolutely not. But I think I can figure it out. If you want to give me a hint, though, that'd be nice.
Well, it's been many years since I've taught the children on magic, but
Just think of me as the stupid as children.
well, I can't really get any stupider, so
Perfect.
I like to think that somehow Brielle's in the background of the scene actually doing that.
Does she see Seraphine and for the first time and she just waves at that exact moment like, hi?
We need a Bastion I'm a stupid shirt, and it's pointing to where Brielle is off behind
Brielle
us.
just says, I'm stupid.
Okay, so she begins to explain, and she starts with literally like the basics. This is what the weave is. And like every time you are casting a spell, you are manipulating the weave to draw a particular result out of the raw background magic and into physical reality.
Bastion's actually like paying close attention because he's never gotten formal training. He just does it. And he's never known how how he actually does it. So he's actually being a very attentive student.
Fair enough. Make a Arcana check for me.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
You got this, buddy.
Out in the open or tower?
Yeah, the open. Nat 20, all right.
Hell yeah.
Of course, it's still only a 19. And that's the number we're going with. But some of the things she's saying does sort of register with him. And the concept of raw magic, he does sort of grasp, and yet at the same time, it's this ethereal, conceptual thing that doesn't really make much sense. But the way she explains it, and the way she explains how raw magic even functions, something about that, and this is only because you got such a good roll. Over 20 you would have understood. But something about the way she describes it reminds you of the way it felt when all that Galderite was resonating against your own personal aura. And you get the fact that she said they are literally using Galderite to fuel it. So that's what you understand after this lesson that takes about 25 minutes. And she literally explains it like he's a child. Like she's explaining every concept in detail as she brings them up.
They'll be like, right, so what I do is like casting lightning, but raw magic is the storm that it's coming from.
That's not a terrible way to look at it. More accurately, it would be raw magic is the potential for lightning at all times in all places, except somebody has to make it lightning.
Oh, you damn near broke my brain there. All right. You're a good teacher, though. I'll give you that.
Done it for many years.
Well, thank you for that. I don't know if I'll ever get this thing going again, but it's a neat little trinket anyways.
If you really wanted to get it operational, well, for one, you would have to fix those. And she points, and you can see like metallic tubes that are pinched tight. Because if you don't fix those first, it will explode.
Good to know.
And, well, I mean, there's a lot of it on it that needs to be fixed. But also, what you would need is something to essentially burn the Galderite into what it really is. Raw magic.
Is anybody separate from the canon? Has anybody ever used Galderite to strengthen themselves?
Sort of. We've been studying it for some time, and, well, what we've learned is that it can act as a component for any spell.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, it's rather valuable in that regard. Not only that, depending on how well it's refined, you can sometimes imbue it with certain properties without risking an explosion.
Oh, you see. All right.
For example, you're
Sounds-
so fond of lightning. Under the right circumstances, even a small stone could be imbued with enough lightning that you could put it in a sword and hit with the same amount of lightning energy 1,000 times, maybe 10,000.
I see why it's so valuable.
Yes, it is. Well, it is the modern era of magical advancement.
Interesting. Has anybody ever eaten it?
I suspect that will kill you.
But we don't know for sure. Good to know for the future.
By all means, you are willing to try. I would quite like to study what happens.
Perfect. Maybe we can make an intellectual study of it.
I don't expect it'll be a long one.
Probably not.
All slow time.
Sounds good. Well, thank you for your help. I honestly do appreciate it.
As I said, I don't have much else to do while I'm babysitting the shipment.
Well, if you ever want to learn how to tie a nice rope, I can tell you.
Bastion, was it?
Aye, or scoundrel. Either way works.
If there is a piece of knowledge in this world that you have and I do not, I assure you it's not worth my time. And at that, she steps up into the air and begins flying back to her ship.
Yeah. He just kind of stands there smiling a little bit. I'll figure something out.
I love how hard he's trying to like get in with her. I find it just so funny.
Nothing she says gets to him either. I just love that part. She's like, all right, whatever.
I think that's the one reason that she's like, oh, fine, I'll look at your fucking garbage. Because you just stand there and take everything she says. It's interesting to her. It's like, look at this guy. He's just dumbly staring at me like a puppy the whole time I'm insulting him. Yeah, go ahead. Snort some, eat some, see what happens. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, he ascends to the heavens because he died. But yeah, anything else that anyone wanted to deal with?
It depends if she wanted to take a look at the wyvern poison before they...
Oh, she definitely will if you're... Yeah.
Yeah, then she'll give her one of the bottles because she has two, or the vials. She has two from Rotkin, so she'll give her one.
Yeah, she takes it and immediately she's looking at it and she goes, this... I believe you have a new species on your hands. I'll take a look.
I would like to know what it does, because I do have more, so it's useful to me in certain situations compared to the regular poison that I have. It'd be good to know.
Well, would you like to take up your old role and assist me?
Sure. Follow along.
She takes you into her cabin and she begins setting up. She's got a bag of holding there, which she begins taking things out of. You've seen her usual kit. This is not it, obviously, as it is quite elaborate. But it is still more than you have in your poisoner's kit. She sets up and like, it kind of, you fall into this rhythm that was drilled into you for several years. everything has a very particular place it has to be put out. Everything needs to be exactly where she wants it, the right orientation, because if she, for whatever reason, has to do something blindly, there can be no mishaps. And she sets out like a metallic tray, and like the sample goes in that, and she's putting on protective gloves, and she just begins like asking for instruments and stuff like that. And as she starts taking out samples of this, like bit by bit, she's conducting a number of experiments, burning some of it off, exposing it to an electrical current, and she then sort of lays it all out on this thin thing of glass. And you see her cast a spell that you've seen her cast a number of times. You've never seen any other mage use this spell before. She's the only one you've ever seen use it. And as she does, she's looking very, very closely at this thing. And after a good hour or so of study, she...
Could I just make a note that, like, Wren was, like, also put on gloves, was standing, trying to, like, not be in her way, but sort of watch as well, just so that she's kind of absorbing a little bit of what she's doing. And I think she kind of does this with her hair, like puts it up, and then it just stays like that, even though there's no there's nothing there. She's like, that's just the hairstyle that I took on now.
Fair enough.
And yeah, she's just, there's such like an instant regression, I feel like, for her to slip into this role.
But after an hour of very thorough study, she finally stoppers what's left of the vial. There's about a quarter of it left in there. She says, well, I would quite like to keep the rest of it, as there is one other test I need that we can't do here, but my hypothesis was correct. Your wyvern is not typical.
Yes, it's the all-white one, and Brielle has said that he doesn't seem to be able to see, but still seems to be able to see.
I'll need a sample of that one's venom as well, but I was talking about this one.
Like Ravkin's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think, yeah, she's surprised.
You had no indication.
I hadn't noticed anything.
Well, this is rather potent venom. Nothing too absurd. However, have you not noticed its arcane qualities?
Would she have during the time that she was...
You might have, because at one point, I believe, I'm not positive it was Ravkin, but I think at one point Ravkin used its venom and its opponent was stunned. Which is not typical for wyverns.
Fair enough. I think me, Vix, I had no idea. That was a weird thing to notice.
Well, it seems to be connected to a particular element. Lightning, in fact.
Oh. What would impact that? There were...
Well, it could be gradual progression of evolution. It could be that or maybe its progenitors were exposed to particularly powerful elemental energy. They could be just uniquely adaptable in one way or another, and when exposed to enough of something, absorbed part of what made it function. And of course, there could also be manipulation from the gods, some other spellcaster manipulating its genetic makeup. Where did you find these?
I was just about to say, the area that we found these wyverns in, everything there seemed to be impacted by whatever mining of the Galderite is happening in that area. Things are different.
Yes. It seems to be everywhere on that one particular continent, and nowhere anywhere else. If we could find out its source, it would be rather useful. But what you're saying aligns with some of the preliminary reports I've received. Something about that mineral opens up creatures that are exposed to it over long periods of time to taking on unique mutations.
Do you think that the element could change if you were intentional about it?
Well, theoretically, it's possible. Usually one would find that once something's sufficiently infused, that tends to solidify the adaptation process. But if you got there early enough, fused it with enough of the right kind of energy, you might be able to overwrite what's already there.
Can you remind me when Ash's egg was not responding, was Brielle putting like magic and prayer into it?
She was. Oh, sorry, go. I was gonna say she like wrapped it up with her like everything she could to kind of warm it up, and then she would sit there and kind of like think on it and think to Tharos and stuff, but she didn't put magic specifically into it.
Okay. So do you think that they're all like that? And she's going to, she has the other vials from Connie as well. Like, do they look like they're probably the same?
While she still has the spell up, she looks at that and she nods her head. I expect that these two samples are the same. Though I can test it if you want to give up another vial.
I do have the time and means to continue harvesting from them. I'll have to replenish my vials, but you're free to take them.
And she does take one from each of the other two. And does Elrin remain to assist?
Yeah.
Because she's fully in research mode now. She thinks of little else for the next few hours. And
I think this is probably the only positive memories Wren has of her growing up with Seraphine. Because she's not condescending towards her, at least as soon as she got the hang of what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And they
once you understood the role and stopped dropping things or making mistakes.
And she talks more without me having to say anything. So I think she does just stay there and is fine with that space. And I think maybe if you would let me, Wren is fairly insightful and knows Seraphine, so maybe when it seems like she's about to wrap up, I think that's when she tries to subtly remove herself, like making sure that she has all of the help, but then she's like, okay, we're wrapping up here now. She's almost done, and I don't want to be hanging around while she's being not distracted.
So would that be before you get your results?
No, but she would be like tidying up the station.
Okay. Yeah, so she goes on and tests Connie's sample, and it turns out to be as she expected. It is identical. She's pretty thorough and conclusive, but at the same time, when she's finished, there is that one comment of shame that each sample would be extremely valuable. But perhaps you can make do combining those two, what's left of them. Oh wait, no, I need that one to take home. Well, perhaps I'll just take both, and she slips them into the bag. But as soon as she begins on Ash's sample, she like immediately is just like, well, I mean, obviously this is different. It's glowing.
I figured. I just don't understand how or why. They all grew up in the same nest and were treated the exact same way, though there was an issue of we weren't quite sure if that one was going to make it.
And why? What happened?
What I totally forget what happened to Ash. Was it that they left it in the bag too long or something, and then we had to do the roll for it?
Nope.
No.
Wasn't that?
It's just the egg wasn't showing the same signs of activity inside of it like the other ones were.
That was as a result of something.
We were in a
happened
fight.
was, Brielle was wearing the egg
And
on
I
her
was
back,
wearing.
and she went into her aasimar mode and was giving off radiant energy.
Oh. Right. Oh, we went through a lot that week. We were encountering a lot of things during that week, and before we could get somewhere safe, we were attacked again. And Brielle has some special qualities about her. I don't quite understand them myself. I do believe that they are some sort of divine gift to her. And
Well, obviously, she's an aasimar.
have I ever heard of an aasimar before?
Make a history check. There were aasimar in some of the books in Seraphine's library.
Do you want that in tarot?
No, you can do it open. The response is going to be yes or no. Like it's there's no gray space. Yeah, you remember the concept from one of the books you read when you were young.
But like very, very like, oh.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, I
memory.
heard this in school when I was in grade 3. Like,
Okay. You could tell that just by looking at her.
can you not?
I've never seen anyone else like her.
I swear, Elren, you and your studies.
Right, well, she unleashed some magic, and afterwards the egg was not as responsive as the others, if at all.
So she flooded it with radiant energy, and now its venom glows. Fascinating. Yes, I suspect that would nearly kill it. I'm surprised it didn't kill it outright. Still, resilient creature. It adapted instead of dying.
It seems stronger than the other two.
It's not weakened by that. Interesting.
It does have the unfortunate side effect of not being able to see visually.
How tame is this creature?
How tame has Ash been lately since Rhowan spent like the week with them?
he's improving, but still far less so than the other two.
He's probably the least tame out of the bunch, but they know some fairly good commands like staying and sitting, and as long as they're fed, they're pretty docile, and they seem to be compliant with us. I believe that they also know Draconic.
Well, then I would quite like to speak with this creature.
Make Shanks talk to himself as a dragon.
I don't have to. It's in Draconic, which none of you speak.
I want every fourth word of this conversation, Mr.
Hello. Yes. The.
Fantastic. I want the whole thing.
I feel like we also want the in-between sounds too, just
For the whole conversation.
You are welcome to make those.
I tried, but then you told me that yip yip wasn't Draconic for up.
Yeah, that was what I was putting the fucking kibosh on immediately. I am not having Draconic fucking word for up or fly, whatever, be yip yip.
Watch Funkalus. Yip yip. The next time we see him.
Yip yip and away. Oh boy, you guys are fucking nuts. She continues on though with the experiment still, and sees it through to the end until she fully grasps this. The effects of their venom is on their character sheets, which you guys should have access to now. But for the sake of everyone else, for Convallaria and Ravkin, their venom, when they use their stinger, they do an additional 2d6 lightning damage. The target has to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw, which I believe is increased from a normal wyvern, and they take 7d6 poison damage on a failed save, half on a successful. God, I can't speak. If they fail a save, their speed is reduced to 0. They become unable to take reactions until the end of the next turn. Yeah. So basically, that is it.
Do I open their sheet?
They are in the combat tracker.
Clicking it does nothing, right?
Oh.
Clicking it does nothing.
Maybe I have to share them with you every session, which is fine. I will do that.
Thanks.
And for Ash, when he hits with his stinger, when he hits something with a stinger, the target sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius and has disadvantage on stealth checks for 1 minute, and the next melee attack made against them within 1 minute has advantage. It is also the increased DC for the poison save and everything else. But as long as he hits, that light thing happens. They just shed that radiant light from the venom. But then Ash's stats are also different from the others. So yeah, she kind of reveals all of this throughout this process. You don't get the additional like damage or anything with the venom, but you do get the effects of the venom. So the poison damage, the DC that it's at, and the rider effect occurs. And with that settled, she then steps out onto the deck of the ship once more after everything's put away, because meticulous as fuck. She steps out and she kind of stops. She's about to fly over to visit Ash, and she stops and kind of takes Ravkin in a little bit, and says, "What is its name?" You're muted.
His name is Ravkin.
She then says Ravkin and continues to speak in Draconic for a moment. You see Ravkin kind of perk up and tilt its head, and then continues making similar sounds back at her. What do you know? It is passably intelligent.
Would that mean that I could communicate with him on a better level?
If you had studied Draconic like I had urged you to.
I thought her ability like allowed her to do. That's fine.
She's not thinking about that. You can certainly try.
I just don't know if I'm misremembering, so, and I don't feel like reading a wall of text at the moment.
I believe your ability says if they speak a language.
Okay.
Which would mean that, yes, it is open to that.
Well, I'm going to correct her on that, so. She'll stay with the ship, and she'll stay with the ship. She's like the dental accord.
Well, Seraphine flies across to Storm's Respite, lands on the deck, and approaches Ash and begins speaking in Draconic to it. I assume you guys are around enough to see this happen.
Rhowan for sure is. He's spending most of his time with them.
She doesn't make any attempt to say hi to you. Not that your interactions with her have been particularly negative, but she's just focused in and begins speaking in Draconic. You pick up like the basic words, right? You're picking up like the conjunctions. Is that what I'm thinking of?
Verticals?
Sure. You're picking up the basics of language kind of thing, but you have no concept of what she's saying to him. It's many of the words seem kind of just outside of normal vernacular, and yet Ash seems to be responding in kind.
Well, I was going to say if Brielle saw, she would have walked over immediately because she knows Seraphine can cast spells and she's worried she's going to hurt him because she made her walk for an hour.
That's fair.
So she would just walk over and be like, "Can I help you?"
She does not acknowledge you. She is speaking in Draconic to this creature.
She's going to walk in front of Ash and put her arms out. "Can I help you?"
Oh, you're here. I'm talking to your pet.
Isn't it beneath you?
Most things are.
So why would you want to talk to him?
To learn. I know it's a foreign concept to you.
You're going to learn from something beneath you? That's a foreign concept to you, isn't it?
Why don't you take a walk?
No.
That was suggestion. And I know you can't pass the DC.
I know. Damn it.
She's still allowed to say
She still said no, though.
Start walking.
You can't say no. But
Yeah, she still said no, and then it's just
But in your head, you're like, but really, that's a good idea.
I'm walking.
Walking and mouthing her off while you laugh.
Stop talking to my pet. She continues her conversation. It goes on longer than you might expect. Before long, you do see that Ash actually places the tip of his tail in her hands, and she's looking at it rather thoroughly. And then after that, he seems to lean in and open his mouth for her. And then as you're passing by like the 7th time or something, um, you hear her say something to it, and it kind of goes up like an inquisitive tone kind of thing. And both Ash and her look at you as you walk by. And then Ash responds in Draconic. Rhowan, you definitely pick up friend and good. And after a while, she steps back and says something else. And actually, Rhowan, you probably pick up that word too. It is a word that basically means grateful. And then she just flies away. And as soon as she's in the air, Brielle, you no longer feel the need to walk around the ship.
She's gonna run over to Ash and be like, buddy, did she do anything to you? And she's like looking at him and stuff like that, especially because he opened his mouth for her, checking him over.
He looks healthy and actually seems in rather a good mood.
Okay. Okay.
Where does Seraphine go after she comes back?
That depends on where Elrin is, actually.
Okay. On the front of the ship, just with Ravkin. That's kind of where she's been hanging out most of the time, just because she doesn't want him to attack the crew.
She lands towards the bow of the ship and sort of looks at you expectantly.
Approaches her.
It is rather interesting. That creature is unique in a lot of ways. It seems driven for the sake of strength, which is not a trait common to wyverns. However, it sees just fine. Its eyes do not work, but it sees all the same. I suspect it's something akin to what most dragons do once they mature.
Would Wren know what that is?
Probably not.
What happens to them when they mature?
Well, most dragons, if they're strong enough, will gain a sort of extrasensory attunement to the world around them. They see more through magic than with their eyes. Of course, it's not something everything can do. You have to at least give off some sort of magical aura to make it work.
Interesting. Well, thank you for sharing everything. That was all very interesting.
It was more interesting than I expected it to be. As I said, I've grown quite bored of sitting on this ship, but also, for what it's worth, your mouthy friend over there apparently is quite kind to the creature.
She doesn't always have a way with words, but she's shown kindness to everyone, even when they don't deserve it. That said, she's not unwilling to perhaps make you use a very high-level spell slot on her.
Perhaps my use of magic against her was unnecessary. So if she's offended, apologize for me. She just grates on my nerves every time she's nearby, and I was conducting research.
She had that same effect on me when I first met her.
Yet you chose to continue your adventure with her.
She proved to be a very powerful ally. And as I said, a very kind one.
Kindness gets people killed, Elrin. And with that, she turns and heads back to her cabin.
I think Ren's gonna go, like, he lets that sit with her for a while, because, like, that has been proven right plenty of times in her journey, but at the same time, she's gonna go to the edge of the ship where she probably sees Brielle trying to grill Ash about what was said to him.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever she can see on the deck, no. Mind link us. And I think he'll just explain to the others about what Seraphine found with all of the wyvern poison is different than expected. And the fact that that is probably to do with the fact that they were near so much verglass where we found them. And she goes, sorry, Brielle, I didn't warn you that she was gonna come and look at Ash, but I was curious to have some answers about why he's so different. And it seems that perhaps your magic is the reason he's different, and possibly the reason why he's so strong as well.
My magic? I only just got that.
You and I should have a conversation later.
Okay. There's some things I want to talk to you about too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I will come over there when it's a bit darker.
Okay.
And also, she wants everyone to hear this, just because it's so weird to her. She goes, the Seraphine says she was sorry for using her magic on you, that it was unnecessary.
No, she didn't.
Ain't no way.
That does seem a little bit hard to believe.
Does that mean she won't do it to me again?
I wouldn't go that far.
I don't know, but simultaneously, I don't know.
I don't normally give away things like that, but
No.
I don't
No,
think
it
It's
doesn't
not
mean
going to
that.
stop her. It's not going to ever stop Brielle.
Yeah.
I don't think you need an insight check for that one, Shanks. I think that one's pretty safe.
He's still grading. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all she says for now, but she would like to at some point have a conversation with Brielle about what she knows about aasimar.
Yeah, did you want to do that like that evening? Yes, you said you were going over there when it's dark, or we
Yeah.
can. Okay.
When the crews are a little bit less I guess when there's maybe like a switch over and stuff, she will come over.
Are you drawing everyone into this conversation, or is it a private one?
I think she thinks that this might be a touchy subject for Brielle, because the last time they talked about it or insinuated that she wasn't a human, she kind of got emotional.
That's fair. All right, then Bastion and Rhowan, is there anything you want to get up to while they're having this private conversation?
Overhearing it completely, I'm sure.
That is 100% an option for you. Although she could do it telepathically. I don't know.
He's not trying to eavesdrop, but I'm presuming he can hear pretty much anywhere on the ship.
Yeah,
Unless there's a bunch of closed
probably.
doors.
There's a storage room that they could probably go in, but
Yeah,
I think
you
she'll
can
just
that.
do it telepathically, and she'll do it near. Yeah, I don't know how big Bastion ship is, but probably near the front if no one's near the front-ish.
You could probably find a time when that's the case. Bastion, anything you're doing during this?
I think he's just fiddling around with the cannon.
This is his car in the garage.
Yep.
Yeah, basically.
Trying to
Just like,
uncrimp those.
what if I pour like a little bit, like, what if I put a cantrip in here?
You yeah, you're playing with it and fiddling with it, and I think for a brief moment you're looking at the cannon and you're looking at the sword. You're like, no, that won't work.
But maybe, though.
Cannon sword.
Maybe.
Cannon sword.
Yep.
You boys.
Gunblade.
We're gonna have a Gundam at some point. In
Exactly.
This
We need to have.
Wait, you want a Gundam or a Gunblade? Those are very different
thing. Well,
things.
we said
A
Gundam
Gundam
last
with a
time.
gun blade.
Yeah, exactly.
Gundam with a
Gunblade.
Gunblade.
Perfect.
Alrighty then. All right, fair enough. But yeah, Wren, Brielle, you have a psychic conversation on the bow of the ship.
Which I have to actually use a resource for, so just in case Shanks decides to attack us, I'll mark that down. Yeah, she says, I learned some interesting information about you from my mother, and I didn't know if... Well, I guess there's no real easy way to say this, because I know that it was a little bit of a touchy subject for you, but I feel like with all the visions that you're having and your prayer life and the way your abilities are growing, that maybe it's less of a shock to hear. But
Your mom knows stuff about me?
well, she clocked you as not human as soon as she saw you.
But my hair wasn't glowing.
I don't think that is the only tell.
Brielle's just gonna like look at her body, like, what is it then?
Would there be anything that Wren would know as an indication from what she read?
You don't really recall. You do know there's certain traits that are common, but aasimar themselves aren't very common.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Wren knows the basics. Like I said, she's like recalling from like third grade research project kind of thing. And I think the things that Wren knows is that there are some traits that are common among them. They are touched by divine energy. There is no aasimar people. Like they're not, that there's no group of them. They don't have like tribes and clans and like nations where they live. They just seem to spring up from time to time.
My mother does have the ability to see a lot of different things with her magic. It's possible that she was able to figure it out by that alone. But then kind of confirmed when I told her that you sometimes glow even brighter. And she made me recall something from school. It was... Have you ever heard of an aasimar? They're like an angelic people.
Brielle ever been told stories of that by her parents?
Make a history check, and it's not an easy one.
Okay. Open?
Yeah, you can do it in the open. That's not even close.
No.
Well, they're sort of... Well, I mean, we were kind of right in that you're kind of like a baby god.
I knew it.
It's not that you'll grow into a full-fledged god, actually. I don't know if that's true. You're growing at a very impressive rate, and we have very strong allies and opportunities. But you have some sort of divine quality in you, and that's rare and only happens occasionally.
You think it's because Tharvos likes me and reached out to me? Because my parents like him? Believe in him when they shouldn't?
Does Wren know that about her parents? That they
This is the
believe in
first time
him?
Brielle out loud, I think, is saying that her parents worship Tharvos.
It's possible. I don't exactly know why they come to be, but they're always tied to something. Did your parents perhaps ever tell you that they prayed for you to come into their life?
They always call me their little blessing.
Perhaps they had trouble before?
I don't know. Wait 1 second, and she's gonna like go in her bag, like she'll run back down to her bag and her bed, come back up with her letter that she got from her parents. I'd asked them if I was human the last time I sent them a letter, because you had said that I probably wasn't, and I didn't believe you. So I'd asked them, and they said that it's a conversation we need to have in person, but that it's best that I left home. So I think maybe that, well, I know you're not allowed to worship Tharvos there, so.
You would have been evidence of that.
I think so.
Red's gonna put a hand over wherever Brielle's hand is, kind of just like on top of it. Are you okay with that?
With not being human?
Everything
Or-
I've told you.
I think as things started progressing and we started adventuring, there's a lot of weird stuff happening to me that I couldn't really explain. And it just became to a point where I couldn't avoid it. I couldn't explain it to myself anymore that I was human. But I don't know anything of how I was born or what happened, why I look so different from my parents, why my mom would hide my hair sometimes when I was a little kid. I get angry. She had a kerchief that she put over my hair when it was kind of starting to glow.
Is that why you weren't allowed out of the house, do you think?
Well, my mom said it was just because people were awful and she wanted to protect me and all that kind of stuff. So I assume that's why. And then I got really into like helping my dad in the shop and the smithy. And so I was okay with it. I had fun with it until I realized that we could do more when Drindle came and he was talking about all this cool stuff and verglass. And then I snuck out. Didn't tell my parents and worried them. I don't know.
Well, things seem to have turned out all right. You wouldn't have met any of us or Jorf.
It's true. It's true. I'm so happy for that.
And you do get to visit them still.
If they're okay. When we talked to the Sphinx, and I had said to you, Shanks, Brielle would have actually asked about the safety of her parents. Is that canon or not? Because you said the Sphinx would have answered, for now they're safe.
Yes, that is
Okay.
canon.
Okay. Then she'll be like, The Sphinx told me they're safe for now, but I don't know how much for now means. And I'm scared. I tried talking to Tharvos the other night to see if maybe he could talk to them, but nothing happened.
I suppose it would be awkward to ask Jorf next time you talk to him.
I don't even know how to contact Jorf is the problem. He's always just talked to me with sending.
Well, we're on our way there. That's all we can do right now.
You know, till we get off this stupid ship.
And if
Not that stupid. Don't tell Bastion it's stupid. I don't think it's stupid. I just
you physically see Brielle like go like this. A little look over at Bastion.
Knowing Bastion, he's like, I knew she liked me.
You're talking about how cute I am. I just know it.
Yep.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to landing in a city again.
You did better there, didn't you?
Yes, I didn't do as bad as I thought I would out in the wilderness. And she's
Are you
gonna
kidding me? You did amazing.
Yeah, she looks over at Rafkin. I think I came out pretty all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wanted you to hear that from me.
I appreciate it. Part of me kind of wants to ask your mom about it, but I don't. I really just don't. I'd rather want to hear it from my parents. Is that stupid to wait when I have an answer?
I don't think that's stupid at all. It matters to you.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, if you find out something that isn't pleasant to hear, but you don't have the full context of your parents before you've seen them, that might sour your whole idea of seeing them.
Yeah. Plus, I'm kind of hoping that the talk about this will make it easier for me to maybe sneak in the Jorf information. If like my dad doesn't get too mad, maybe we can just like divert from that.
How are you going to ease him into telling him that you are dating a
vampire, apparently?
Turned wizard, turned...
Shenzen said he's a vampire, probably.
Is Shenzen still like sleeping on the deck?
He is not currently sleeping on the deck. In fact, it's quite weird the last couple of days he hasn't been.
He's probably got a room on the other ship now.
So that's not concerning, but I still think my dad would kill him in a fight, even if he's a vampire.
The power of a father, you think, outweighs a vampire?
My dad is huge. So like, you know, like Morgoth, how big and like buff he was? That's like my dad.
My dad can beat up a vampire.
My dad can beat up your dad.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
No, I'm hoping to beat the vampire up myself, to be honest. Well, not myself. I hope you guys will help me too. Maybe
Okay.
Fen? I'm gonna write Fen and see if he wants to help.
Trying to figure out if she knows. Is he a fighter like his father?
Not quite. Definitely not like his dad. His dad can do some crazy things. He's been showing me over the past couple days, like how to like really channel my energy and stuff. And Fenn's never done that to me, so I can tell you he doesn't know that stuff.
Oh, I was watching some of your lessons from the other ship, and I saw Sierra shooting daggers at you every time she walked by. So
Why?
I honestly have no idea.
Never mind, I know why. And Brielle's thinking it's because I know what you did and I caught you at the bar the other time. But she doesn't tell that to Wren because Wren was not seeing that.
But I'm also like, but Wren likes gossip, so
It's
is she
true.
Is she gonna press Brielle? And why is that? What did she do?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Oh, you have secrets from me now.
I think she would do more than just stare at me if I told you.
That's fair. It
But
almost has even more of a rift between you two than you've already created for yourself.
But I can say, if you look at the ship and you look who was there that night.
Very subtle. Yeah.
I didn't say it.
A technicality gossip.
Yep.
I think Wren's just gonna kind of give Brielle a casual hug that she tries her best not to make a deal out of, and just.
Wait, Wren, I had something to talk to you about though.
Oh, what?
So I know that you do a lot of the like sneaking around and like the stabbing people and stuff like that.
Is that how I look when I do it?
Like this? No. I just realized what it looks like. No.
I had to call it.
You look way cooler. Way cooler. But wait, should I not do that?
But this.
Okay, anyways, I think you and Twen look really cool when you do it. And so I was just, because I know there's that one guy that we all kind of got in a little bit of a fight about that Drindle told you to kill. Maybe don't talk about killing people in that way around Shenzen. Not that I think you would, but it's kind of maybe a sore spot for him. And I don't want him to be upset.
I'll do my best.
His family were assassins.
You guys would be subtle for all of a minute.
Trying to be subtle, then you're all assassins.
We can appreciate a new record, a new personal best.
Just got that number up to 18 seconds.
Oh my god. Yeah, Wren was about to be like, I'll do my best, and then I think she can't hide the fact that that was amusing to her. I see. Interesting. And he doesn't like that.
No, they asked him to murder a 13-year-old, and he didn't want to do it, which is good. That's a good thing. That makes him a good guy. Yeah.
She was like, that is a good sign, though.
I didn't get the kid's name. I don't know if he's alive or dead, like if the family killed him afterwards, but... Do you know of any, like, clans that live on Carradine? Carradine, right?
Do I, like, just with the kind of work that Wren does, would she have heard of anything
History
like that?
check.
Yes, okay, yes, queen.
I could go to the source, but let me go to Wren.
Out in the open?
Yes. Yeah, you know a few clans from there. I do have some names, but suffice to say, obviously Brielle's not going to recognize them anyway.
He did give her a name, though. I wrote it down while he was talking.
He gave you the name of the kid, yes. He didn't give you the clan's name.
Okay. I've heard of them, but like heard of the fact that there's clans that do stuff like that, but there's nothing really to go off of here.
You know what? Yes, you with your 16, I will give you the clan name Kagemori. These obviously have a very Eastern influence, so you know, spell them out how you think. As one that, sorry,
I'm probably spelling them all wrong, but it's fine.
That is a clan that you can remember was known for sort of subterfuge and like more in the shadows operations because they couldn't compete with several of the other clans in open combat. You also remember some of the other clans' names that aren't affiliated with this sort of thing. Fushin comes to mind, Karasu. But those were like warring clans. They prided themselves on battlefield tactics and that sort of thing.
I think she'll give those names to Brielle just in case she ends up overhearing something, because she hasn't been talking to Shenzen. I've heard of people who do things like that. In fact, I found the Kagemura clan rather useful to my own development of my skills growing up. But I mean, everything that I got was, you know, history. They don't write it in real time.
Yeah.
I don't know how relevant they are. But if you hear any of those names from Shenzen, then at least you have a little bit of information.
Thank you for that. I don't want to look stupid in front of him anymore.
I'm sure you'll win him over with your charm.
I don't think I will. He said I was charming, then he said he didn't really care about me, so like, I don't know.
From what I understand, he hasn't seen his son in a long time.
No, not in a very long time.
It seems like you may have charmed him as much as he can be charmed. Well, maybe a little bit less than Sarah.
Brielle laughs at that. But she apologized to me.
You're getting a lot of those today.
Oh, good news though, they didn't work with the Swindells. I wanted you to know that.
That does put me at ease.
So like, hopefully him being on the boat isn't a problem. It hasn't seemed to be so far. I don't know where he is right now, but
he knew about the Swindells, so.
He said they were thugs.
Well, if he doesn't split off too soon, then perhaps I have a conversation to have with him in the future.
Bring whiskey, he won't talk otherwise. I tried rum, it didn't work.
Good to know. Right, so pick up some whiskey. But yeah, that's is that all Brielle had to say to her?
Yeah, that's all she had.
All right. Well, a couple more days go by. Shenzen continues to be somewhat aloof. He hasn't been in his spot on the deck for, well, a few days. But soon, the continent of Norvik comes into view. Just a silhouette on the horizon for a time. But as the day wears on, the shore comes into view. Mountains in the distance, now silhouetted in the sky. You see the terrain is rocky and yet very green. And the further inland your vision grows to, you see it kind of growing into hills and mountains and cliffs, and looks like a very vertical sort of island. What few settlements you see as you sail by are small communities, patches of farmland, big pens full of goats or other hardy livestock. But soon, nearing evening, the city of Drvik seems to rise out of the sea before you. It almost looks like a fortress at first, but it becomes clear it's rocky formations, almost like a fortress grown out of the natural elements and not something built by hands. The shoreline is jagged, rocky, and there are long pillars of stone not far offshore that seem to almost protect this particular location from the elements. You see long, sturdy-looking timber docks that stretch out quite a distance. The terrain here is marked with many dark timber halls, big, strong-looking longhouses made of stone, and many, many, many smaller structures with thatched roofs. The majority of the docks house gnars and longships, though you also see many modern sailing vessels, elven, dwarven, all over. Large bonfires burn here day and night, leaving tall spires of smoke hanging in the air at all times. And as you near the docks, you're hit with this pungent smell of smoke and brine and fish. Beyond the shore, the city climbs up the hills rapidly. Sweeping roads winding back and forth seem to make the steep incline walkable. But even with that, you imagine that your thighs would be burning 10 minutes in. The people here, various shapes and sizes, but the vast majority are human. Many of them rather large in build. You're seeing more blonde hair, notably, than anything else. As you sail in, there seems to be this natural rhythm as burly-looking men come out, and as the sails are reeled and the ship slows and it comes in to dock, you see a couple of men just kind of reach out and grab ropes that are hanging down the side of the ship and just plant their feet and hold the ship to a halt. Before long, a gangplank is laid down, and everyone is free to leave the ship this evening in Drvik. But they're 10 minutes over, so I guess we'll explore this interesting city next week.